day.
Thank you, Esther. Thank you very much. That was beautiful. What a fantastic way to start off our show today. Today we celebrate Eid-Al-Adha, a time of sacrifice, unity, and gratitude.
And Thelma, alongside the festivity, we reflect on 3 years in the office for governors and political office holders, the strides, the challenges, and the journey so far.
You can't be more right. Eid reminds us of faith and togetherness. And these are values that also shape our democratic progress and growth.
So stay with us as we blend celebration with reflection, honoring tradition while looking at the leadership milestones. I am Suleiman Baba Jiao Usman, and this is Weekend Deal.
For many Nigerians, it's more than a political anniversary. It's a time to refresh and talk about promises made. A time for sacrifice and gratitude, and we also blend scorecards and milestones. But I'll be after the news highlights with Justin. My name is Thelma Obaza. Justin, how are you doing today? Take it away.
When I'm looking for trouble, it's cause I know that you go through. Only go best everybody, oh, and it's because of your kung fu. And anytime that I'm out of control, you hold me down, never ever let go. Onagisu, 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 my baby boo. I'll be soldier for you. I'm getting better in kung fu. Do you know I got you? And you don't need to guide me too. I'll be right beside you in anything that you do. If you ever need saving, I will be running to you, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. Anyway that you go to, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. Anyway that you go to, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. Anyway that you go to, yeah.
Beautiful, excellent sound there by Esther and his team. Thank you very much for giving us this vibe on Weekend Deal this early morning. And if you just ran into us, just know that this is Weekend Deal, and today we are celebrating Eid-Al-Adha, and of course, we're going to be looking into reflect on the 3 years in office for governors and, of course, on political office holders. But before we delve into all of that, let's just take this, the essence of Eid-Al-Adha and the moral lessons in it. This is coming from NTA Maiduguri.
Eid is one of the most significant celebrations in Islam observed by millions of Muslims across the world. In Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, the season is marked with prayers, reflection, charity, and sacrifice. One of the major highlights of the celebration is the sacrifice of the ram, which symbolizes obedience, faith, and total submission to the will of Allah. Islamic scholars explain that the act commemorates the willingness of Prophet Ibrahim to sacrifice his son in obedience to divine instruction before Allah replaced him with a ram.
Fact of the matter is, God Almighty wanted an inner sacrifice of the soul, sacrifice of the heart. That was why he commanded Abraham in that dream for him to slaughter his son. Not that Almighty Allah actually intended for Ibrahim to actually slaughter his son. So that is basically the reason. That is why this festivity, this season, symbolizes sacrifice, it symbolizes submission, symbolizes obedience.
For many Muslims in Maiduguri, the sacrifice goes beyond the slaughtering of animals. It represents devotion, selflessness, and the readiness to place faith above personal interest. Residents say the season also serves as a reminder of the need to support the less privileged through acts of charity and kindness. Across communities, families share food with relatives, neighbors, and those in need, reflecting the Islamic teachings of compassion and generosity. Observers note that at a time when many Nigerians face economic hardship, the values of sacrifice and sharing remain essential for strengthening social harmony and peaceful coexistence. The celebration also promotes unity and brotherhood as people from different backgrounds come together in the spirit of love, tolerance, and mutual respect. Religious leaders further emphasize the importance of gratitude and humility during the Eid season. They encourage Muslims to remain thankful to Allah for the gift of life, peace, and sustenance, while also remembering those facing difficulties.
Eid-Al-Adha teaches us the values of sacrifice, compassion, and sharing. And then the essence of sharing Salamid is to ensure that everyone, especially the poor and the less privileged, partake in the joy of celebration, and it strengthens unity, promotes love among neighbors and families.
In Maiduguri, where resilience and communal support continue to define everyday life, the lessons of Eid remain deeply relevant. Beyond the sacrifice of the ram lies a greater calling to become better human beings. As Muslims celebrate Eid, residents are encouraged to uphold the values of obedience, faith, compassion, charity, unity, gratitude, and humility beyond the festive period. May the spirit of Eid inspire love, generosity, and harmony in every home and in our nation. Barka da Sallah.
Barakade Salah did a very in-depth package from NTA Maiduguri talking about the values that we all share, especially at this time during Eid-el-Kabir, values of compassion and generosity, which involves sharing what we have with others. Shuaga has been doing the work as well, wants to share what he found. He is here in Abuja and he's talking about the lessons of Eid. Okay. Uh, okay, nice. So we hold on with a short guest feature will come up soon. But first up, we want to introduce our guest who is here. He is the president of the Tinubu National Solidarity Movement. He's not a surprise to many, but no doubt his profile will tell us more. And his profile is now. Welcome to Weekend Tale.
Thank you so much indeed.
Great to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
And Happy Eid-Al-Kabir as well.
I wish every Nigerian the same.
Indeed. So before we engage you, let's just take that Shogas report now. Still bordering on sacrifice and the lessons of Eid-Al-Adha.
The essence of sacrifice, which is called al-hudhiyah. Some people call it qurban. The essence of it is for us to understand our role as the creature of Allah, that our duty, our sole assignment is obedience to Him, to His instruction, as displayed by our forefather Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directed him or ordered him to slaughter his son Ismail, his only son Ismail. He told his father, he said, فَأْفَلْ مَا تُمَرْ سَتَجِدُنِي إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مِنَ الصَّابِرِينَ. He said, do what you are commanded to do, my father, and verily you shall meet me submissive. Which means that the father was ready, unwilling to sacrifice his only son at that point, and the son was willing and ready to give his life up, and we replace the son with Librin Hadid, that we replace the son with a big ram. That is the background of what we practice on the day of Eid-Al-Adha, to show our obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For those who have the capacity to acquire or to buy ram, or you buy cow or goats or camel to slaughter for that particular Eid-Al-Adha. Life is beautiful, truly, and there are a lot of things that we value in life, but all of them, they must be to the servitude of Allah. Whatever it is that Allah has given you, you must be willing to give it up when there is need for it. If it is comfort, you should be able to give your comfort to serve God. If it is your money, you should be able to do that. Life in itself is transient. It does not enough forever. If you are talking about the fact that you are the richest man, someone was, and someone will. Someone was before you, and someone will after you. So in essence, if you are given today, you must know that that thing you have is actually more like a burden or a responsibility which you have duty to discharge, which is to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is one. Two is that whatever it is that you think you are, you will still return to Allah. So you must prepare for your return to your Lord. So third lesson is, if life is going smoothly for you today, know that a day is coming, the day of tests, that things will cease. Those things you enjoy will cease. And if it is the other way, that things are becoming difficult, continuously difficult, know that a day of test will come. And that day of test for you is a day of abundance, is a test. If you're living in denial, And suddenly Allah gives you things in abundance. He will test you. That's a test. And you have been living a life of abundance. He suddenly stop it. Is also a test. So both of them can be a test for a servant. So you must brace for such a day. And that's one of the lessons we learn from our Nabiullah Ibrahim and Ismail alayhim assalamullah.
The sacrifice and the moral lessons of Eid-al-Kabir. Shuaga, thank you. Earlier, we welcomed very warmly to our studios here Alhaji Mohammed Sani Al-Kwashike. He is the president of Tinubu National Solidarity Movement. And we now go to Lagos to introduce and welcome yet another guest. He is Mr. Ademola Oshodi. He is the Senior Special Assistant to Mr. President on Foreign Affairs and Protocol. He's in our Lagos studio. We'll see his profile now. Good morning, sir. Great to have you with us on Weekend Deal today. It's a pleasure to have you as we celebrate Eid-al-Kabir as well as a milestone and take a look at the scorecard. 3 years since several governors in Nigeria have been on the seat. And they were looking at how well, how far, impact made and values added. We also find that the values we're celebrating at Eid-al-Kabir also synergize with Nigerian values that grow our democratic process. So it's a fine time to put minds together and see where we are. In your own opinion, how would you say we have fared in the last 3 years? Sir.
Thank you very much. I believe thank you very much. The government has done exceedingly well in so many areas of our society, and I can specify. There are areas that are also challenging, but there are areas that were done really well. I can first of all talk about the massive economic reforms that have remove the wasted subsidy and regularize the foreign exchange, the value of, the true value of the Nigerian currency, the Naira. This has brought a tremendous amount of stability and in many ways, encouragement for people that want to consider reinvesting in Nigeria or keeping their investments here. So this is good for the medium and long term. Of course, there's some economic pains which we cannot ignore, but the government has also mitigated that by ensuring there's massive infrastructural development. The Lagos Calabar Road, the Badagry Sokoto Road, massive things that will ensure movement and economic prosperity is further assured. Of course, the Nigerian government has done much in education. The NEL Fund, the Nigerian the Student Education Fund, loan facilities for students in higher education. Never been done before. It's brought a lot of stability towards the old governance system. Also in Nigerian universities, you see less issues regarding funding. Universities are well funded. Students have ability to access funds for their education. We can talk about the president's achievement when it comes to being global player in especially in the region of West Africa. Our leadership has ensured that democracy is definitely sustained and in many ways protected. We see what the president did in Benin Republic by ensuring that a democratic elect still remains in place, and ensure that West Africa is rallied against the insurgency that is disturbing the Sahel of its region. But I would say security has been a challenge for us, and we've seen many multiple cases of kidnapping, banditry, and even the continuous insurrection in northeast Nigeria with Boko Haram. But the good news is that the federal government has put in a lot of more funds, provided more personnel in soldiers and security agencies, and partnered with foreign agencies to ensure that we stall this and we combat this and we reverse the security challenges. And it's just a matter of time, I believe, before things turn around for the better. A lot of this issues of insecurity is political. Some of them it's economical, and many of it is also just criminal activity. But the good thing is the government, with its collaboration with the security agencies and foreign partners, is getting a grip of it, and we'll see hopefully a much lower incidences of security challenges in the country. So it's a variety of good news and a bit of challenging things that the president has succeeded in the last 3 years of his office.
I appreciate the fact that you have enumerated the gains and, of course, pointed out some of the challenges the country is facing. But before we come back to you, especially on the foreign policy as to do with the 3Ds strategy of the present administration, let's engage Alhaji Al-Kwashiki here in the studio. Now, you've listened to Mr. Oshodi talk about different achievements of this present administration. Yeah. At the inception, 2023, when the president was sworn in, of course, subsidy gone, security was going to be an issue he would tackle, and diversifying the economy and all of that. Now, let's concentrate on the agriculture bit. How well have we fared in terms of encouraging people to go back to the farm, in terms of the prices of goods in the market and all of that?
Yeah, I can tell you that in 2023, the president has taken very, very serious measures using the immigration, the Ministry of Interior to introduce measures that are capable of encouraging farmers to go back to farm for the sake of so many things were done in the agricultural area, particularly the security aspect of it, to encourage people to go back to farm for the sake of food security since 2023. I think by now we have reached a certain level of achievement. People are beginning to benefit. If you look at a certain time, the prices of food has gone down, and the farmers themselves were not happy that the prices have gone down, and they were available of food, and then so many things have been achieved since then, because a very drastic measure have been taken by the president and through the Ministry of Interior, so as to affect all farmers. And then you go back to the president's word toward a Renew Hope agenda that has to do with the issue of farms, going back to farm, encouraging people at the locals to go back to farm.
But if you say farmers are not happy, is there something wrong somewhere?
Yeah, why was because the food prices, there were available food production and the prices beginning to go down. If you look at how much you were selling,
could it be down to the
as in the farmers want the prices to be high so they make more money?
Exactly.
Or is it the entire value chain?
No, it is just that I think, as you rightly said, is the value change. But because you see, when there are a lot of product in place, definitely the prices will have to go down. And so, in the situation in this country, is not the failure of government. It is most of the time the Nigerian people. I have, since 2023, I have been going around the whole 36 states of the Federation. I've been moving around the country to assess things by myself. So that we will know, so that let's know whether it is the failure of government. We'll come to discover this particular government under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has never failed. It is, in fact, even in the security, as he has rightly said, there are malls within the security. And so there are saboteurs, both inside and outside the government.
Okay, when you said the prices of food has come down, what came to my mind was down is relative. As in, how will that statement impact Nigerians in general? Because that may not be a familiar term that many Nigerians are using, that edibles have come down.
No.
But we'll talk more. We'll talk more. And we want to go to Abia State now. We talked about 3 years, talked about milestones and scorecards. And there's been much talk about what is ongoing in Abia State. In fact, everywhere you turn, you read, they say, Abia State has become a game changer for not just the eastern part of Nigeria, but the entire country. So let's see, in real time, what exactly is happening in Abia State? 3 years? Let's know more.
3 years ago, Abia residents voted for change, of which many hoped will bring visible development, renew confidence in governance, and better their standard of living. As the administration of Dr. Alex Oti marks 3 years in office, the question on the lips of people are, has life improved for the ordinary citizen? And was the change worth it?
This government has impacted the citizens very well in almost all the aspects of governance. When you talk about the infrastructure development of the state, he has done perfectly well. And of course, the economy of the state has increased, unlike what it used to be before. You can see people coming to Abia State. The perspective people had about the state before has changed. You can now see people are now trooping into the state, doing business.
Perhaps the most visible achievement of the administration has been infrastructural development. For years, poor road network affected transportation, slowed businesses, and made daily movement difficult for residents. But across major parts of the state, rehabilitation and reconstruction projects are gradually changing the narrative with the introduction of the Abia Green Shuttle Bus to ease transportation.
From the express you are coming into, you are sure that you are entering a capital city. That alone, plus order, and we thought that he was only doing that in the towns. I went through the road to Iberi in Bende, that's Ikuano, but through Bende. I found out that even the rural road there was still even under construction, and so many several roads in the villages have been opportune to go through. So it's not just in town, and it's not just on roads. Even governance on itself has taken a new shape.
It's this bus, electric bus transportation, which we have not experienced it since the inception of the creation of Abia State.
In healthcare, the current administration has directed attention to public medical facilities. Some health centers have been upgraded. Though many believe there is still work to be done, they acknowledge that attention is now being given to a sector long neglected.
In Abia State and everywhere is neat. Before, if you come to Abia State, you won't believe that this is the capital of Abia. But now, when you come to enter Omaya, you will know that now Omaya is a city.
Revenue, the way people do taxing people by forcing people to pay is not the way he's doing now. So we like his administration. His work is perfect to us.
Education and youth development has remained a crucial part of the administration's agenda. Schools are receiving attention, while many young people are hopeful about opportunities in technology, skills acquisition and entrepreneurship with the introduction of smart schools and upskill training centers.
We can see how we moved in to reject the educational system by employing thousands of competent teachers just recently to ensure that that sector is revived.
So I wish he continue, even after he finish, somewhere like him should continue, because that's the kind of person we want in this state.
My expectation is that God will grant him more strength, wisdom to accomplish the areas that he have not fulfilled.
I believe from now to the next 1 year that our international airport is about to finish it, it's trying to do. I believe that he's going to finish the job.
As the LXOT administration enters the 4th year, expectations continue to grow. More economic opportunities, improved security, better healthcare delivery, and sustained infrastructural developments, especially in the rural areas. Abians believe that the journey towards lasting transformation is still ongoing, hoping that the coming year will deepen impact, broaden opportunities, and a better quality of life for.
Indeed, of course, they have rightly to hope that things will get better so that the government can consolidate on what has been achieved so far. Now, let's go to Uyo now and see what the government is doing there. 3 years in office, what are the achievements and the challenges so far?
In 2023, the people of Akwa Ibom State, South Nigeria, had trust on Pastor Umar Basi Eno and voted him to power as their governor. 3 years down the line, the people of Akwa Ibom State are grateful that they took the right decision, saying the state has witnessed tremendous development under the Governor Umoinos led administration.
In Akwa Ibom State, we run a free and compulsory educational system for children whose parents cannot afford private schools. The WAEC fees are free. The governor has built model schools in all the local government areas where the children learn in a very comfortable and convenient environment. The governor has empowered over 10,000 youth, female youth inclusive, trained them and has given them 750,000 naira as startup pack for their various businesses.
A few weeks ago, the agric leasing part of things was set up by the government. Farmers will no longer have to plow their land with machetes and hoes. So they now have access to equipment and they can now plow larger expanse of land. And at the end of the day, we'll get better yield. Akwa Ibom now is on the top list of states that can now produce food with this intervention of government.
Beyond that, he initiated what is called Arise Homes initiative, where he will at random spot people that are homeless, aged, and he builds maybe a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom flat for them free.
Health insurance scheme, which was never a thing before now. Only staff of federal establishments in Akwa Ibom State that used to enjoy the health insurance scheme. But right now has been funneled to the state. So the state civil servants can now enjoy the health insurance scheme. And the government is funding it because this is complemented majorly by the model primary health care centers, which the governor has built across the 31 local government areas of Akwa Ibom State. And one other thing that turned out in this administration as far as health is concerned is the emergency ambulance system that is known as AKISEMSAS. A number of ambulances the government had acquired, and at just one call, an ambulance will locate a patient and will provide adequate health care.
The commencement of international flights from Victor Tas Airport to Ghana shows His Excellency's passion in that direction.
There are still some areas of concerns to a pocket of individuals which they expect the administration to focus more in order to give a better quality of life to their citizens.
People would love to see the governor continue to build on the existing peace that we already enjoy by improving on security.
His Excellency should also redirect his attention to ensure that the people have access to clean water. So as a state capital, it's an area that I believe that maybe remaining 1 year, His Excellency will have to look at how he can also work on that sector.
But in all, are the Akwa Ibom people satisfied with the achievements of the present administration in the past 3 years?
I'm really satisfied with the governor's achievements, and all Akwa Ibomites have seen what he has done, and we're all satisfied. He was nominated again as a consensus candidate. It has never happened in the history of Akwa Ibom State.
The people have said it all. For them, the benefits are enormous, but areas with least attention should be prioritized by the administration.
Interesting details there we're getting from Akwa Ibom, that never in the history of Akwa Ibom have they ever had a consensus candidate. So something tells me that the people of Akwa Ibom have given him their firm and solid support for yet another term. Okay, Akwa Ibom, thank you for that. Here in the studio, we're talking with Alhaji Mohammed Sani Akwashike. He is the president of Tinubu National Solidarity Movement. And a lot of conversation has been going on behind the scene. You know how we do here. Because we really want to know a lot about the Tinubu National Solidarity Movement. When you say national, are you encompassing 36 states and the FCT? And what does that entail? Being the president of the Tinubu National Solidarity Movement, what does it entail, Alhaji Mohammed? Tell us, how is it going to impact me and Sule and members of our family and friends as well, and other Nigerians?
Thank you very much indeed. We formed the Tinubu National Solidarity Movement in the year 2023, immediately after the fuel subsidy removal protest. We saw a leader, a true leader, and we decided at that time we needed a leader that has courage to take decision, ready to fix the country back, ready to rebuild Nigeria. But already at the time we formed this movement, Nigerians have already lost hope on the Nigerian political class. And we decided, I took it upon myself to meet with like minds across the country. I moved around the 6th geopolitical zone. And we are a grassroots movement. We are not an accidental movement. We were formed basically because we need to make a difference on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a leader. We look at his pedigree and we say, okay, since he can take decision like this, there is the need for us to mobilize Nigerians to support him to continue to do what he has determined to do for the Nigerian people, to renew the hope of Nigerian people, to bring back the glory of Nigeria. And we now agreed and we formed the movement since 2023. And since then, we've been moving from state to state. We have 6 zonal coordinators across the country. We have 36 state coordinators. All the states of the country will have 1 coordinator. So just the purpose was to mobilize Nigerian people to support the president, because we have seen even the military, they made several attempts to remove this cankerworm that is milking Nigeria dry, the fuel subsidy. But here comes a man, took the decision and never reversed it. Remember, President Jonathan tried it. He couldn't do it. But we saw a president with courage, with determination, with readiness to take decisions, no matter how those decisions are. And we saw that there is the need for us to mobilize Nigerians just to support his program. And thank God we saw a lot of them. We saw programs, the removal of fuel subsidies, student loan, agricultural reforms, economic, any good leader that you find, that with the problem like the way at the time he took over government, one of the most difficult moments of our nation's history, there is the need for Nigerian people to support. It's not time for pessimism. It's not time for castigation and to say, look, we are suffering. We must have to pay the price, because where we are coming from, we have failed. 60 years of our nature, it was horror.
So for you, it's more about short-term pain, long-term gain?
Long-term gain.
Interesting. Now,
yes.
Let's take this conversation back to Lagos, where Mr. Oshodi is standing by. Now, as SSA to the President on Foreign Affairs and Protocol, you, of course, know that the foreign policy of this administration is anchored on 4 Ds. You know what they are: democracy, development, demography, and diaspora. Now, how well are we fared in terms of this mutual beneficial, ends when we talk about foreign policy in Nigeria?
The 4 Ds have, as you mentioned, have been pivotal in the focus on foreign affairs with this administration of President Bola Tinubu. Let me tell you why. With development, the reforms have ensured that we have a stable system in place whereby we know what our economy looks like really. We're not living in this fantasy world of subsidy and multiple exchange rate that distorts the true picture of things and chases investors away. It's a very, it was very corrupt and opaque foreign exchange system, and the subsidy was really sucking the blood out of us like a mosquito. So that was development. The reforms was development. And with foreign affairs, we ensured that foreign affairs, with the facilities we were receiving from foreign international donors and and financial bodies and governments, for instance, for ports development, for ensuring that we have loans for major infrastructural road development around the country, and also for major issues around security, getting that support. It's all part of that development architecture that is part of the 4D. So that itself has been very pivotal in stabilizing the economy and the security issues in Nigeria. You talk about the diaspora. The major Nigerians are outside Nigeria. They're bringing in over $20 billion every year into the country, whether to their family or for whatever reason. It's been pivotal, and Nigeria has protected its diaspora by challenging how we're treated in South Africa, the United States, etc. So that is also key to ensure that Nigeria's rights, anywhere they may be, in Ghana or Niger or anywhere, is protected. And if they do want to come back to Nigeria and develop and send funds to their family, the government is ready and available to assist. So that's also a key part of the success story of the government. And then you think about the demography, the Nigerian young budding population. The average Nigerian age is between 18 to 19 years old. So Nigeria is set to become one of the largest populated countries in the world. And with that will come a very large economy, well over 1 trillion that the government is pursuing. So we need to ensure things are in place for this booming, budding population. Issues of around things that concern them. Creative, the creative industry, music, Nollywood. Afrobeat is big around the world. There's also ensuring that the enable environment is there for education. The success of the government, ensuring that the easy access to education is available for this teeming youth. So the youth is the future of Nigeria, and we need to ensure there's a suitable environment for them to grow, to learn, and to generally succeed in this economy, in this country. And the fourth one, of course, is issues around, I think I mentioned development, I mentioned demography, I mentioned diaspora. The next one, I think, is, remind me, before these. The fourth one, I think, is on issues around development, diaspora, and we talked about demography. Remind me, it just slipped my mind. But those 4 Ds are well pivotal in how foreign affairs is, and it's key to what we have for our domestic economy. So what we succeed in foreign affairs, how we project ourselves around the world, also ensures we have a very stable domestic situation in Nigeria, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's loan facilities, whether it's security, whether it's issues around our neighbors. We have, in ECOWAS, in African Union, and also in around the world. Nigeria is a big player in the BRICS set of nations. We are also, a very strong, role in the G20 of nations also. So it's a giant in itself, giant in Africa, and it's going to, in many ways, the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is setting it up to be a big giant around the world, especially as we, ensure that domestic reforms, brings about the needed growth that Nigeria has so been held back from and is yearning to blossom.
Thank you very much, Mr. Demola Oshodi. It really interests quite a number of Nigerians to know some details about what is happening in South Africa. Something happened 2 weeks ago that impacted many Nigerian countries as the African giant. One wonders, one of our viewers is asking, what our role is. How have we taken charge? We saw quite a number of South Africans come out and say June 30th is the deadline for them in terms of many Africans taking their leave from their country. But we do know that as a giant, we have an exceptional role to play. So one of our viewers is asking, and I'm sure in the course of the show, we'll get our guests to pay attention to that. We're going to Benue State. Benue State, this is the second time a Reverend Father has been a governor in Benue State. It's been quite interesting since he assumed office. It's been 3 years. Let's learn. Reverend Father Alia, wow, an interesting journey, wouldn't you say? Benue State, tell us more. What's happening over there?
May 29, 2026 marks 3 years since Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia took office as governor of Benue State.
As your governor, I'm committed to working with security agencies and the federal government to ensure the safety of lives and property in our state.
His administration points to infrastructure, education, and health as the pillars of its development strategy to connect people, build minds, and protect lives.
For me as a civil servant, I am so happy. Our salaries are prompt, and then pensions as well. And in fact, those that are close to retirement are wishing they did because pensions will come in immediately.
I think the governor has done incredibly well, especially in the aspect of infrastructure. You know, you can see how well the town is looking, it's well lit. And the governor is also doing well in terms of infrastructure in the villages. In my own village, there's a well where I used to go before. It would take me time, the roads were bad. Now it is very good.
The government of Adalia has been phenomenal, to say the least. Benue State never had it this good for a long time. Every sector of the society, of Benue society, is being affected by the magic of Adalia. You could go to the town and you see what's going on. The good roads, the buildings and educational primary schools, it has actually been phenomenal, to say the least.
This tenor is used to go on giving us roads. What do you do next? Can you connect the rural centers into the urban city? I know I'm from a particular place, it's Obi, local government. I know the difficulties when it comes to rainy season of getting the food across from the local government into the city center. Can we do something about agriculture? Can we do something about the wastes that we've been experiencing in agricultural products? For instance, our oranges, the mangoes, the guava, name them. You know, at a particular point in time, these things waste all over the place. I saw the heaps and heaps of mangoes, heaps and heaps of oranges and a lady. I saw the same thing in Vandica on some of my trips. It's all wasted. Can we get something so that at least in the agricultural line there can be chain that will help from the subsistence agricultural products to at least, if not finished product, a semi-finished product of preservation, so that farmers could be encouraged, that will add value to them, and that has well encouraged farmers to do more in the area of farming.
In terms of health, you know, the primary health centers have been revived across the state. There will be need to intervene at the secondary level as well. You know, all these are linked to infrastructure. We need to build the facilities for those health centers to function as well. So by the time we take some of these social aspects and you couple with you along with the infrastructure, then the governor will be making more impact, just as we are doing right now.
While Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia has earned the admiration of the people of the state, like Oliver Twist, the people still desire more and want the momentum sustained in the remaining lap.
Well, an interesting one there, of course. Earlier on we had the pastor who happens to be a governor. So there's this growing call for clergymen to be in governance. Of course, it is believed that they will have the fear of God and do the needful, bringing development and stability to their respective states. And now, let's take food and nutrition at this point in time, and we are focusing on guava.
Thank you, Eniaba, for food and nutrition. Talking about guava, I was just telling Alhaji here and Sule how as a child I enjoyed guava. Wow, I used to climb the tree and get loads for the entire family. Okay, I would take one message and I would touch base with Mr. Oshodi for his final words. Hajara from Jos says, I'm happy with your progress, but why do we have a consistent increase in premium motor spirit in many of our filling stations in Nigeria? But earlier I asked a question from one of our viewers here who talked about the issue in South Africa, where South Africans came out en masse to say that June 30th was the deadline for all non-South Africans to exit the country. We recall how Nigeria worked with South Africa many years ago in the times of apartheid and, supported them in every way possible. So we're wondering, as the giant, how is this affecting us? What steps have been taken? How comfortable should Nigerians still in South Africa this time be? Mr. Oshodi, and you wrap that up with your final words. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The issue in South Africa, the xenophobic attacks and the harassment of Nigerians and even Africans in general in South Africa is rather disappointing and disheartening. I think this June 30 deadline should not be taken too serious. It's not a government pronouncement. It's what a mob is stating out there, and we cannot in any ways be intimidated or be working on what mobs are saying. We can't be living in that fear. But albeit Nigerians should be extremely cautious and careful in South Africa generally, because this xenophobic incident is a recurring thing. It comes up every 6 months or every year or two, and it's obviously it's getting really concerning. People getting killed, beaten, or their property damaged. The South African government should not delegate their immigration enforcement or issues to a vigilante group and be harassing Nigerians or Africans in general. I mean, you see the fact that there's over 250 to 350 Chinese in South Africa, Chinese immigrants. Nobody's attacking them. There are many more Indian immigrants, apart from the native Indians that have been in South Africa. There are many more Indian immigrants in South Africa that have businesses and are working. They are not being harassed. There's also other nationalities. There's, of course, the Europeans that have come in. There's also, we have Koreans, Lebanese, all going into South Africa for their own well-being and for residency. Nobody's attacking them. Why are Africans being attacked? It raises a lot of questions. We've been there for South Africa. We fought hard. We put resources there. And we have the medals to show for it. I'm not saying that people should leave in another country illegally, but the government and the people there should have a very respectable way of dealing with their problems and not going around and hunting people down and giving them all this crazy deadlines. But the Nigerian government is available. We've made it given the opportunity for 130 Nigerians to be evacuated back to Nigeria and more if they so wish. Nigeria has spoken with its High Commissioner, South African High Commissioner in Nigeria, and raised serious concern about this. Nigeria has also taken incremental steps towards the issue. We don't want to escalate it tremendously, but we are watching the space very closely. South Africa has a lot of investments in Nigeria, and Nigeria trades a lot with South Africa. We send them a lot of oil and gas. So this issue should not jeopardize all this years and decades of relationship and economic, I would say, bond we both have. Nigeria and South Africa are natural leaders in Africa, and we should work together. There's even this international, bi-conference meeting between the heads of states of both countries that happens on a regular basis to talk about economic issues, social issues like immigration, and also continental matters. So I do believe this is a matter of this continuous xenophobic issue will be raised with the South African counterpart. But it's important to know that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has pushed very hard for the well-being and of Nigerians outside, regardless of whether it's South Africa, it's in America, Niger, Ghana, for the safety and well-being of them. We were building an economy in Nigeria whereby it will be attractive enough for Nigerians to remain or return and contribute to the country. Obviously things are, there's a short-term pain we're going through right now. But in the long term, Nigeria is set to be one of the largest economies in the world. And we'll probably see even South Africans coming to work here and invest further because opportunities here are big. There's over 230 million Nigerians. This is, most countries want this kind of opportunity. It's your own internal market. All we need to do is just stabilize the economy, provide adequate security, and ensure that Nigeria has a regional body in ECOWAS or even in Africa.
Mr. Oshodi, for that wonderful thought. It's good that the president is doing something about it to ensuring that Nigerians' lives are well protected irrespective of wherever they are. Thank you for joining this conversation. It's always a pleasure. Now, let's come back to our studios here where we still have Alhaji. Okay, so the director just... all right, so as we engage you now, as your parting words, of course, somebody talked about the consistent rise in fuel price. Of course, I know that is not unconnected to what is happening in Iran presently. Now, you say short-time pain, long-time gain. Talk to us, talk to Nigerians on the need to be patient for the present administration.
Yes.
As we wrap up this conversation.
Exactly. Thank you very much. All these things that are nothing that goes up that will not come down. So the prices, the fuel prices, it will definitely come down. The government is working on it. We believe so. We know that they are working on it, and it will come down. But due to all these international crises, definitely fuel prices must have to jack up. At the same time, what I want to call on Nigerians is that we have a president that is, in his personal capacity, a successful man. He is not a failure. Nigeria will never fail under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This we can assure. If you look at it as a politician, a leader, he started with AD. He remained there. He solved the problem in AD. He came to AC. He stayed there. He remained there and solved their problem. He came to ACN. He remained there. There were problems. He stayed there. He solved the problem. And now APC, there were problems. He was patient and waited and led the people. He solved the problem in APC. That is a leader. Not the one that jumped from, you have problem in your house, you leave the house, leave your family and run to another place. Because all you want is, you want to rule Nigeria. Of all the characters we see assembling themselves, none of them had the magic wand. None of them.
Trust me, all of them will tell you that they have the capacity
no,
to lead just as the president. Thank you very much, Mr. Malam Akwesiki, for this wonderful thought. It's been a pleasure, to have you with us, sharing your thought with us.
Thank you very much, Alhaji, for coming on Weekend Deal.
Thank you so much.
You shake hands. Nice. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Okay, Sule was taking us on a break. Alhaji, you need to sit. You need to sit. Okay, the break beckons. We'll take it and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
NTA Television College Refills Jos, a media hub with the pedigree of training professionals and non-professionals in the field of broadcasting and beyond, invites aspiring broadcasters to register for our short courses for the second quarter of 2026. From 13th April to 10th July 2026, the training will commence as follows. New technologies, optic fiber, IP technologies, automation storage management and wireless technology. Foundation understanding of tax reform and practical application of reform strategies. Intermediate presentation techniques. Administration, a frontier of organizational success. Basic camera operation, audio engineering operation and maintenance, digital satellite, microwave and RF technologies, AI marketing, intermediate drama techniques. These courses are designed to equip participants with practical, market-ready skills in a competitive environment. The college also runs diploma and degree courses. For registration details, course schedule and more information, visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or call these following numbers: 0803-838-4343, 0806-980-9897. NTA TV College, your gateway to media excellence. Announcer Management.
Welcome to Skill Up Nigeria, Industrial Training Fund's television program celebrating innovation, craftsmanship, and the skilled hands shaping our nation's future. Join us and share in our over 50-year journey of empowering Nigeria's workforce and impacting the nation's human resources. Tune in and connect with experts and skilled workers sharing real stories that inspire. Every Saturday at 10 p.m. on the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. Skill Up Nigeria, powered by ITF.
Cube, unwrap joy, unleash taste.
Once upon a time, there was a land plagued by blandness. Food had lost its flavor and there was nothing left to savor. Just then, the tastemaker arrives to restore taste to this land of blandness. All she did was sprinkle, stir, and serve. And from that day on, they knew one truth. All they need is sprinkle, stir, serve.
Tastemaker.
Thank you for staying with us. The show is still Weekend Deal, shown on the largest TV network in Africa, the NTA. Now, let's cross over to Kano. Let's see how well they have fared in 3 years of Governor Yusuf in office.
May 29, 2023, Abubakar Yusuf was sworn in as the executive governor of Kano State. Among the promises made, he was to fix education, health, infrastructure, and restore public trust. In the area of education, which is the backbone of development in every society, Governor Abba's administration is up and doing. This is evident as he declared a state of emergency on education for it to be attainable for all in Kano.
It is significant and which has been acclaimed nationwide is the declaration of state of emergency in education in Kano State. This was followed by concomitant financial backbone, the allocation of above 30% of the total annual budget. That was done in 2024, that was done in the year 2025, and this year, 2026.
Provision of healthcare facilities is among the major priorities of Governor Abba, taking into cognizance the population pressure the state is facing. The governor promised to recruit more healthcare personnel for the well-being of Kano people.
Taking into consideration the population pressure in the state, the limited healthcare facilities, the limited healthcare manpower, His Excellency promised the people of Kano State that he will recruit additional healthcare personnel, medical doctors, pharmacists, nurses, and other auxiliary healthcare personnel.
Ensuring job opportunities is another key area that the Kano State government is focused on.
Legal workforce and improved staff welfare. In that aspect, His Excellency, as of last year, employed more than 80 additional state councils to the Ministry of Justice to ensure effective and the efficient prosecution of all criminal matters in Kano State. Payment of 97 million naira as punishment allowance to the state councils in Kano State. That payment has been made. Improvement in salary structure of staffs. About 15% of their salary has been increased just 3 months ago.
One important action that touches the life of people is unity. Bringing the different political houses together that will bring peace and understanding in the state.
You know, we were not together before, and now we have been together. And all the good things we have been saying, people are now seeing it and believing that what we have just said before is now proving to them that Governor is a good person and he has been doing good things to the Kano State citizens, more especially his slogan of saying Kano first.
As Abba Kaibir, all these 3 years he has started, everything has been put in order in Kano State.
The foundation is laid. What will happen in this next year will decide if this period becomes a turning point or just another cycle.
From Kanu back to our studio here in Abuja. If you have just joined us, you're watching Weekend Deal on the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA. We've been celebrating Eid-Al-Kabir as well as 3 years in office for many helpsmen in different states of the Federation. We have another set of guests. It gives us great pleasure to welcome someone so celebrated, yes, so humble. She said, just call me woman of God and a mom. Amidst all she's known as and known for, those two things matter the most. Evangelist Tonto DK is here. Her profile is now. It's great to have you with us on Weekend Deal.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Yeah, interesting. And joining her in the studio, we have Ambassador Lawrence Oloche Emmanuel. Is also a real estate developer. Let's see his profile.
You're welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Nigerian, and all the viewers out there.
Okay, let me start with you. Let's talk about the Wealth app. Is it the first of its kind, and how is it going to impact us as Nigerians?
Yes, the Wealth app is an innovation of Promised Land Innovation, and it's a real estate app. It's an app that was carefully developed to help ordinary Nigerian to invest in digital real estate. Like we all know, real estate is a tool to creating generational wealth. But for a lot of people, the access has been so limited because over the years, people think it's until you have all the money that you should invest in real estate. So how do we bring ordinary Nigerians into the space? How do we enable everyday people to create wealth? So that's why we carefully came up with the idea of the Wealth app to ensure that no matter how little you earn, you can participate in the real estate space.
Well, today we have about 14.9 million units. That's talking about deficit, housing deficit in Nigeria. How do you think this app can help with this number, reducing the statistics when it comes to the deficit, housing deficit in the country?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the figure is higher.
Okay.
It's about 28 million. Nigeria is in deficit of about 28 million houses.
When you talk about houses that are not well constructed as well.
Yes. So we have about 28 million housing deficit. So now, how do people take advantage of this deficit to create wealth? Because wherever there is need, it's an opportunity to create wealth. All right. So you don't have to wait until you have all the money to be able to own a house, but you can contribute fractionally in ensuring that this deficit, the gap, is covered. So that's the huge opportunity for Nigerians. And because government is not playing a big role in this sector, it gives everyday people the huge opportunity to participate and take advantage of this platform, which is the Wealth app. All right, because on the Wealth app, you can invest by buying unit square meters. All right, for example, people think you have to own a full plot, a plot of 500 square meter or 1,000 square meter before you build. Now, real estate is not just about you living in a house or building a house. Real estate is about you putting your money there. investing in it so that when those houses are provided, you're already getting return, whether you are investing for you to live or not. So you can invest fractionally with this Wealth App.
Evangelist, so are you saying that I can put my money in real estate and just go and sleep?
Oh yes, because it's an appreciating asset. So yes, you can.
Okay, let me stay with you, Evangelist. Many young people are looking at you both today and say, wow, there's hope for me. I've always dreamt of owning a land, owning a house, and they say it is possible. Why should they believe you? Is it just because of your name that has gone ahead of you to give us confidence?
Oh no, not because of my name, but like I said, real estate is actually a growing asset. It's one of the industry that makes you a billionaire in just a short time if you invest rightly. And what the Wealth App brings is it brings you security and a way for you to control your financial capacity by giving you an avenue to invest, also smart saving, and also financial management tools. So even if you're a student or you're a worker, salary owner, entrepreneur, or business owner, this app actually makes you have a better space for your financial capacity in the future of financial growth. So it gives you an opportunity for you to invest properly, for you to actually know what to invest in and actually how to go about it. And most especially, it gives you your tracking momentum. So you can track the value of your property, you can track the growth of the property, you can actually resell. So why you should believe me is because we are all fighting to get out of poverty in one way or the other as human beings, not just as Africans, because Wealth App is not mainly for Africans alone, or it's not mainly for Nigerians alone. It's a worldwide app that services everybody in that space and in that time, bringing so much into our economy as Nigerians. Because if I am from Pakistan and I know about Nigerian real estate and I know that it's a growing and a fast industry and I want to invest, that's an app where I can go to. So because I'm not Nigerian, I can do that. If I'm from China, I want to invest in Nigerian economy through real estate, I can do that. If I'm in London, if I'm in America. So it's an app that actually gives you generational wealth, growing your wealth gradually but consistently. And the best thing is that you're tracking it in real time. So don't believe me, believe real time.
And the good thing is for investment in real estate, they say, when do you start? And they always say, start now. Now let's come back to you very quickly, since we're talking about gains in real estate, of course, in Nigeria. Now, you talked about the fact that the government is not a key player in this sector, but the government is providing the infrastructure, talking about road construction, because go around Abuja now, there are new outlets. And for me, the big earners in this infrastructural expansion are the real estate developers. Talk to me about that.
All right, I think the role of the government is to provide enabling environment. All right, because all over the world, the main players in different industries are the private sector. So the government needs to provide the infrastructure and the regulation. But when it comes to provision of the housing unit, which reduces the deficit, government is not doing much. So, and which is an opportunity to ensure that the private sector, Nigerians in general, come into this space, take advantage of this great deficit and create wealth. Because real estate is proven that over 90% of world millionaires and billionaires made it through real estate and also hedge their assets or hedge their wealth in real estate. So for government, it is important that government provide good regulations and infrastructure, because provision of infrastructure will drive the value of real estate. All right.
Okay, Ambassador Lawrence, I need some clarity, because I've heard you. It sounds doable. It sounds nice. It's giving hope. Tell me about the practical steps. We know that land goes for 50 million, 100 million, 300 million. So how is a student or a government worker supposed to be able to afford that? How many years, how many decades are we going to be putting our investment, our savings into the Wealth App before we can one day say we own? Or can we come as a cooperative?
All right, yeah, for the Wealth App, everyday Nigerian can invest in it, whether you're a student, whether you are a bricklayer, you're a civil servant, you are a driver, whether you are an artisan, you can actually invest fractionally. So on the Wealth app, we have what we call the 1 square meter by Promised Land. Yes, so the first thing you need to do is to download the app. You download the app on Google Play Store if you're using Android phone, or if you're using iOS, you go to Apple Store and download the Promised Land Wealth app. Yes, so once you download the Promised Land Wealth app, you will see so many features. And one of the features is buy property. So when you click on the buy property, you will see all our properties. Because right now, if you are in Abuja, you know that Promised Land have over 25 projects cutting across all districts. Central area, Apo, Asokoro, Katampi Extension.
Is it nationwide or just FCT?
No, we're starting off with FCT. But we have over 25 projects, all right? And right now, we have over 30,000 subscribers already that are bought and are living in some of our estates.
And they're smiling.
Yes, and they're smiling.
And it was easy? Is it, how many years?
I'm still getting to the question.
Okay.
All right. So because we have done all of this for those that have money, for the middle class and the upper class that can afford all the millions, 5 million, 50 million, just like you mentioned, we now thought that it is important that those that don't have as much as that can also participate by buying in square meters. So on that app, all our locations, you will see it there. Then you will see the 1 square meter by Promised Land Estate. So with the 1 square meter, you can invest as little as 40,000 to get 1 square meter. Then
that's interesting, because I'm just thinking, how can a common man be a part of this? And thank God you say that you can start with as little as 40,000 naira, because when you keep talking about millions, of course I want to be a millionaire. And I know that this app will certainly lead us to that direction. But while we, reflect over this, let's quickly join ASEAN to give us some musical interlude. And ASEAN, trust me, at some point, I will join you just right there to ask you a few questions. So let's hear you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Nigeria. My name is ASEAN. I am an acoustic singer and performer, and this song is titled Dreams. Let's go. sleeping when it comes. Whoa, I do with the dead, dreams can come true. On this journey of life, you better be awake. You better be awake. Fastest, the fight is not for the strongest, but who would make use of time and chance? She better see it when it, she better know it when it. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
She's one of my favorite alternative singers in the FCT and Nigeria, I dare say. It's been a wonderful, moment. It's been quite a long time.
Yes,
I can't remember the last time I saw you.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. I remember about 5 years ago when we first heard you in our studio.
I think that should be about 9 years ago when you first heard me.
All right, so you see what I'm saying? Interesting. So now, how has it been with you musically?
Well, it's been a journey. It's been it's been a step after the step just to go further and all of that. I've done a body of work. I dropped an EP last year titled ASEAN Rising. I've had a couple of event shows put together, like one I have today. So.
Oh, talk to me about today's event.
Yeah, so the event I have today is themed Afroacoustic Chills with ASEAN. Yes, so Afroacoustic Chill.
Give me some chill.
Yes, so Afroacoustic Chill has to do with ambience, beautiful music, soulful music. It's a space where we have culture. It's a matter of cultural integration and cultural exchange, where I get to collaborate and partner with other artists like me, where we to foster peace, unity. So it doesn't just stop within the borders of Nigeria.
I'm talking about culture. I'm looking at you, looking at your set. Everything, is just culture, and I love the vibe. Now, quickly, are you the only one performing there, or you are inviting other, guest artists?
So for today, this is just me today.
Okay.
Yes. So it's ASEAN and the band.
Okay.
So we'll be holding it down today.
Maybe we should do some collaboration. But let's talk about that collaboration after we have done with the other section of the show. So it's just stay put.
Okay.
Just a little.
Okay. Thank you, Sule and Asia. It's time for Sports Summit. When you see Sports Summit, it's time to see Godwin, and we are at the peak of our show. Godwin will be talking with the general manager of Rangers Enugu. Godwin, take it away.
Thank you very much, Godwin, and God indeed bless Nigeria. And we're being blessed in the studio by these two beautiful guests. Your parting words as we, wrap up this conversation. And I see a lot of souvenirs here. Maybe we should engage them as well as we wrap up our conversation.
Yes, they are for you both.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
All right, your parting words?
Your parting words as we wrap up.
For me, this is a call to action for all the youths, not just in Nigeria, not in Africa, but in the world at large, for us to move ourselves forward in generational wealth building. Instead of us waiting around and waiting for help to come from nowhere or from somewhere, we can be the help that we need. The voice that we so desire is us, and we have to start now, like we all say, that even if we have stayed away so long from investment, but when it's now, the time is now. So it is safe for you to go and download the Wealth app, register now, and get creating your own wealth.
Wow, amazing. Ambassador.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Nigerians. I want to encourage all Nigerians to download the Wealth app, because the Wealth app is an app that will liberate Nigerians from poverty to prosperity. And it's an app that is a real estate app that allows you to buy and sell and get your money right from the app. All right. Also, because it's fractionally, it enables you to invest no matter how little on the app. It is not a financial app. It is a real estate app that allows you to buy and sell. So go straight to the Apple Store and download Promised Land Wealth app. Then on Android, Promised Land Wealth app. Register and start your wealth creation journey today.
Thank you. You make it sound so doable. We thank you for coming to Weekend Deal today. And earlier Sule said beautiful guest. He meant beautiful evangelist Tonto, not beautiful man.
I know that's what you meant. I know.
So Sule, please get creative. Okay, it's been great having you on the show. So get creative now. Go get registered and start building. Asia, I know you're ready. Let's go. Let's go.
Enjoy your life, chop your money, not pass with your life. Now you know some mathematics. Enjoy your life, oh, chop your money, not pass with your life. Now you know some mathematics, oh.
Mr. Civil Servant, Mr. Trader, Madam Mama Put, Mrs. Career Woman. Friday, enjoy life, you know get am too. Now one life you get, a Friday, enjoy day go. Make it no be say when mountain go reach, you go dey scratch your head with your calculator. You go sit down for your corner, oh, there's some mathematics. Hey, try day, enjoy your life, because electricity bill, hospital bill, fuel price, school fees income, food for houses, internet data, oh lo lo lo. Wahala not too much if you handle them well. Everybody sing, enjoy your life. Yes, enjoy your money. Now Bessie where they alive. Now in the sun, enjoy your life, oh, enjoy your life, oh, enjoy your money. Now Bessie